There is Jupiter as viewed from one of its many moons. Magnificent! I just had to go and visit it. I wanted to see the great red spot on the planet, which is about the size of 2 Earths and represents an area of great atmospheric turbulence. Yep, I was heading for this gas giant, a truly massive member of our solar system. I was driving the Timothy Jovian 3 ionic gas giant explorer craft, a magnificent machine. As viewed from Earth, Jupiter is the 4th brightest object in the sky, apart that is from the Sun, Moon and Venus. As for me, it is the mesmerising image of a planet with different coloured horizontal bands across its surface that I find truly spectacular. Jupiter was first visited by a probe from Earth in the 1970s, and now many years later here I come. I have a long way to travel. The Earth is about 93 million miles from the Sun, but Jupiter is approximately 5 times further away from the Sun than we are. Never mind, I have got plenty of sandwiches packed and packets of crisps. After several hours, I find myself going past the red planet Mars. Been there once before, great atmosphere I can tell you. Careful now, I am approaching the asteroid belt. Tell you what, you've just got to be so careful with all those rocks. This part of the mission is so dangerous. A few days later and here I am, I have arrived. The Sun here, incidentally, is now much smaller in the sky, so it is a good job I have my thermals on. Wow, here is a view of Jupiter, raw video taken in quad digitised second layer fractal light. Now here is the planet taken in normal light, and its 4 main moons, Europa, Ganymede, Io and Callisto, which were discovered by Galileo. Actually, Jupiter has got over 60 moons to date. Wow, that's a lot. Interesting atmospheric effects. And look, there we see the planet disappearing behind one of its many outer moons. That is why the planet looks relatively small, even though it is massive, as it has a diameter 11 times that of the Earth. Jupiter is indeed truly amazing. A typical day lasts approximately 10 hours, and it takes about 12 years to orbit the Sun. It has not got a solid surface, although if you could land, then you would weigh just over twice what you do on Earth. The atmosphere is a nasty mix of mostly hydrogen, a bit of helium thrown in, and other compounds in much smaller quantities, like ammonia, water and methane thrown in for good measure. And any spacecraft entering the atmosphere would be crushed by the pressure. Not sure what is at the core of the planet, but it is believed to be surprisingly hot despite its great distance from the Sun, so I am not going to go caving there. I think I better take a few snaps with my digital camera for my photo album. Needless to say, it is a bit dangerous here. Radiation effects are very high. I've got to keep an eye on the many temperature, pressure and radiation gauges. I don't want to be a frazzled pancake. The pastel colours of the bands on the planet are stunning, and it appears that winds generally blow in opposite directions along each of them. Winds of up to 400 miles an hour. Wow, I want to be a storm chaser on Jupiter. My trusty Timothy Jovian Ionic 3 gas giant explorer craft just keeps on going, and that makes me feel good. Atmospheric storms of great intensity are raging all over Jupiter's surface. Here we see some close-ups of the horizontal bands on the planet's surface. Lovely colours and great turbulence. I am currently 473,807 miles above the surface. Tornadoes are frequent. If you were an observer here, you would have your work cut out. Also, lightning strikes would be so powerful and bright, no known equipment known to man could observe them close up. This is a voyage of fantasy. Hey, there is a bit of space junk. Cyclones, storms like nothing we have ever seen before. A swirling mass of chemical gaseous elements and compounds reflecting in the distant weak sunshine from our own star. Now let's have a closer look at that great red spot. I wouldn't like to be in that storm, I can tell you. A storm like you have never seen, excuse the pun. We don't get atmospheric disturbances or anything like that on Earth. Hey, that's impossible! Embryonic reverse cloud formation in the clouds on Jupiter. Magnificent. I'll tell you what, This beats anything else I've done, although I am getting a bit tired now. We see cyclones and variations in atmospheric pressure similar in many ways to those observed on Earth. This great red spot is ever changing, but just keeps on going. A bit like me, I suppose, as soon I will leave Jupiter's orbit and return to Earth. I had better start up the Turbo Supernova High Energy Jovian rocket boosters, which will send me on my way, and I hope to be back home by next Tuesday, as I've arranged to meet Bert in the pub. So it's bye-bye, Jupiter. See ya!